What's up, everyone? This is the Next Take podcast with Mikel and
Tanyka.
we're conversations on different topics. So today's episode is going to be a screen take edition. So this is where we talk about our monthly movies, TV shows that we watch on a monthly basis. So this is going to be our March edition, and yeah. So who wants to start? Do you want me to start first, or do you wanna
I mean, I can start first.
go ahead?
Um, okay. So I'm just trying to go through the ones that I'm going to talk about the most.
Mhm.
Um, Honestly, none of these I'm going to really talk about the most, aside from maybe a couple. Okay. So let's start off with the first one that I watched, or the
Mhm.
first one that I'm going to talk about. That's Scream. Just going to do Scream. Just get it off the bat. We're going to talk Scream
Yeah,
7.
yeah. Go ahead.
Um, so obviously we've been talking about Scream 7. We've been, talking about it happening and the production and the trailer when it came out. We've been talking about it. So this is full circle. But
Yeah.
I went to watch it in theaters, went on my lonesome because I'm not gonna wait for people to come with me. I went by myself.
Yeah, I
And
do that. I do that too.
yeah,
Go to moves to myself. Yeah, go
yeah,
ahead.
no, it's great.
I'm
So
planning to do that next week.
yeah.
So yeah, go ahead.
So yeah, it was good to do that. The movie itself. Um I did enjoy the movie in
Mm.
the sense of it. Um, I did the kills were gnarly, y'all.
Huh.
The kills? Oh my god. It they set a person on fire.
Spoiler.
Sorry. I don't think that's really a spoiler because we do see the house in the trailer blowing up, and it's not really a spoiler per se.
Is it in the trailer? Is it?
It is technically in the
Oh,
trailer,
it's in the
yes.
trailer. Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right. All right.
So so yeah, like, the kills were gnarly. I won't say
Yeah.
much more than that. Um And that part might sound sick. That part is really I thought was great. I think honestly, they're some of the best we've seen in a long time, to be totally honest with you, in this franchise.
Mhm.
But, eh, her daughter was annoying.
Mhm.
Um, she really was. I
Mhm.
am also still trying to work in my head how she has a 17-year-old because maybe she did and we never talked about it,
Mhm.
but she had small kids, like, 6 years ago. How is she 17? But anyways, whatever. Um, so that was so she was a little bit annoying, that bothered me. And of course, they're trying to do the whole trope of, "Oh, the boyfriend, it's her boyfriend, there he's the killer." Sure, let's do the whole Billy Loomis thing.
Mhm.
Um, that's all I'll say about that. But, what I will say, I wanna save the one thing that I do wanna talk about at the end.
Mhm.
The who the killer or killers end up being, um, I hated it. That part I hated.
Mm.
Um, who they were or who I say they, but I'm not saying if it's more than one person or the gender
Right.
or whatever,
Right.
but who they were, it was like and the reasons for why they were doing it, which does link back to the 4th movie, that's all I'll
Mhm.
say. It was lackluster because
Huh.
the whole point of these franchises is it's linked back to someone Cindy knows. So obviously with Billy and Stu, and then the next time it's Mickey and Billy's mom, then it's her brother
Uh-huh.
that she didn't know she had, and then it's her niece and her boyfriend. You know what I mean? And then obviously it goes off the rails with the fifth and the sixth one, but it's supposed to be connected to her in some way. W- Who the killer or killers end up being, it's
Mhm,
like,
mhm,
I don't give a
mhm,
that
mhm,
you have an issue and now you're going to go cuckoo magoo. It's, and honestly, like, when I saw them initially,
mhm.
obviously not Ghostface, but them, who ends up being Ghostface,
Right.
I was like, "Oh, they're the killer.
Mhm,
They're the killer." Because I won't say who the actor is, because I don't wanna give it away, but who the actor or actors is for who does this, and I'm like, "I don't trust them." And I
mhm,
don't like that I don't trust them because of other things that I've seen them in. Um, but let's just say one show that I have watched, I will not say what show it is because that will give it away. But one show that I have watched that I'm like, "Ooh, they're a little sneaky." You know what I mean?
mhm,
And, so I saw a lot of that in this movie with this actor, with this character, and I'm just like, "Ooh, no, I don't trust you." But the other thing that I've seen this actor in before too, I'm just like, "But I loved them in that." So, but I kind of was just like, "No, I can tell that,
mhm,
it's you. It you're involved in this somehow."
mhm.
Um, but I just didn't know how this person was involved in it, but I knew they were involved in it. I keep using the gender, that I see feel the gender slipping out of me, and I'm like, "Oh, no." But, yeah,
Mm.
so that's the main issue that I had with this, is like,
Yeah.
I don't get it. Why them? You know what I mean?
It was
Um,
it wasn't the movie wasn't well received. I heard,
I've
like,
seen mixed
so much.
reviews, but
Mm,
it's been doing well
mhm,
in the box office, which is the
yeah,
interesting thing. There's mixed reviews, but it is doing well. But I think maybe it's doing well because of the pull of, well, Neve Campbell is back. We're kinda going back to the roots of this franchise again with Neve coming back, and then we also have people who are supposed to be dead in coming back as well. So that and we're like, "Ooh, how's this gonna work out?"
mm,
So it was that pull, I think, has really drawn the fans of this franchise to go see this movie. So although I'm seeing mixed reviews and I have been seeing that,
mhm.
it is doing well in the box office.
Okay.
So, um,
The
so what I
the critics didn't like it. Ugh,
well, I
31%,
don't go by critics. I
and
go by the fans.
the audience, yeah,
Yes.
75%, yeah.
And the audience is also been, yeah, it's been mixed a little bit from what I've
Yeah.
seen, but, there's those people who like, overall, I enjoyed it. Um,
Mm,
like I said, I feel like the, um, uh, the kills were I think the kills are the ones that's gonna kind of save it a little bit,
uh-huh, uh-huh,
but the, um the other thing that I do wanna talk about, and I'm just gonna say this right now, y'all, spoiler, 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 if you do not wanna hear this, please skip
mhm,
ahead, like,
mhm,
maybe 5
mhm,
minutes,
mhm,
'cause I am gonna be kinda talking about some of the people, the killers, especially the ones that are the old killers that have come back. I am gonna talk about that. So, just
mhm,
spoiler alert. Just go ahead. Starting now. So, with Matthew Lillard, who played Stu Macher, um, seeing him back in this movie was so fantastic that if we didn't have that, this movie would have been pretty bad, I'm not gonna lie.
mm,
And it was so good to see him. It really was. And it was the whole thing with it, and then the I really had a thing for you said he said it, and he said it in the first movie, and he said it in this, and I was like, "Ooh, I'm so excited." But how they did this, because it
mhm,
was kind of like, okay, so basically he calls Cindy, and she's like FaceTimes her, and she's like, You're dead. Like, I pushed a TV on your head, like, you're dead."
Mhm.
And he's like, "Pff, I'm not dead." Like, he's kinda like, being Stu, he's not dead, blah, blah, blah.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
But then you start to realize it's AI. So you
Mhm.
have this AI element coming into this movie.
Mhm.
So it's AI that, it's not really Stu,
Mhm.
but it's still Matthew Lillard playing himself, obviously, but it's
Right.
meant to be AI. It's not actually him.
Right.
And when they kinda get to the moment where we're gonna find out who the killer or killers are, um, they show, Stu again, um, but then they start transitioning to these other people that
Mhm. Mhm.
I, obviously I knew about one of them, but the other 2, I had no clue was gonna be in this, and when they showed one of them, I had to hold back the tears because I'm like, "Wait a minute."
Mhm.
Um, they brought back Laurie Metcalf,
Mhm.
who, as we know, played Billy Loomis's mom and who was the killer in the second movie. They brought her back, and they did not talk about the fact that they were bringing her back, so when I saw her, I'm like, "What is happening?" And, I mean, she looked the best, she literally looked they coulda just plopped her out of the second movie and put her in this, she looked great.
Right.
But I'm just like, "What is going on?" So, they show her, then they show Scott Foley, who plays, her brother, who is the killer, the soul killer in the, 3rd movie.
Mhm.
The only movie that had 1 killer, the one movie that had 1 killer was the 3rd movie, and it was him.
Mhm.
So they showed him, which obviously I knew about him coming on this. Again, if no one knows who Scott Foley is, if you've never seen Scandal, he was on Scandal. He played, Olivia's other love interest, not the president.
Mhm.
Um, and then they brought Dewey, and that's what did it for me. I'm like, I didn't
Right.
know he was coming back. I didn't know that David Arquette was gonna be back for this. Um, and yeah, he came back, um, and it was, that was bittersweet because, as we know, he dies in the 5th movie,
Mhm.
and, which, because there's only so many times you can be stabbed without being dead. But anyways, yeah, so that was obviously we're like, "Okay, these people all have to be dead for sure because he's dead." Like, he did not survive. He was
Mhm.
coughing up blood. He did not survive. So that's when you kinda start to realize, "Okay, this is all AI."
Mhm.
So that's kind of the I won't s well, I'm not gonna say end of the spoiler, but I'll say this. Y'all, I think Kevin Williamson has confirmed what I think a lot of us conspiracize about.
Uh-huh.
Stu did die when he was hit with that TV. He's dead, y'all, because
Uh-huh.
they say as much. Stu Macher died
Mhm.
when the TV landed on his head, and that makes me really sad, but that's okay.
Mhm.
You know what? It's fine. Stu still lives on in the first movie, and that's okay. So, but, yeah. So
Mhm.
that is kind of in so many words, it's kind of like, it's him it's like Kevin Williamson kind of confirming, "No, y'all, he's dead."
Mhm.
So, he's
Mhm.
not coming back. So, anyways, that's kind of how I felt about the movie. Um, the other thing I need to say, y'all, I don't wanna sound like I'm a bitch when I'm about to say it, but I have to say it. If you're gonna go to the movies with your small children, mind you, who maybe should not be at a Scream movie.
Wow. It's kids in a movie.
Yeah,
Kids at a scream movie?
the oldest child, because they were
Mhm.
right behind me. The oldest child must have been no more than 5 or 6.
Wow.
The youngest must have been no more than 2 or 3.
Really?
Yeah, do
Huh.
not bring your children, especially that age, to a movie because they, A, couldn't shut up. There's that one scene I can't remember exactly which scene it was, but there was a scene where it's like, "Duh, Ghostface is probably in there," and the
Mm,
kid's like, "Mommy, Ghostface is probably in there." Shut up. I know
mm,
Ghostface is in there. I don't need you to tell me. You know what I mean? It took away from my experience because
mhm,
of
mhm.
these children being here,
What
and at
what
one point, like, the oldest kid was like, he needs to go to the bathroom. Mom just sat there and ignored him for a good 10 minutes.
what day do you went to?
I went
Uh,
on I went on a Thursday, um, because it just
oh,
worked for my timing, but
yeah.
I went on a Thursday, and
Night or afternoon?
it was afternoon, and but at the end of the day, it's like, if your children can't handle sitting in a movie and being quiet, which mind you, they should not be in this movie, sitting down and being quiet, then you I don't know what to say. I don't think your children should be there. Not to a scream. Wait for it to come out. Because, like, at the end of the day, like, I'm not gonna like, if I'm a mother, which hopefully one day I will be, if I'm a mother and like a scream movie or something that I want to go to is playing in theaters and I want to go, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to not go because A, I don't want to subject my children to a movie like that when they're too young to understand. Number two, I don't want to disrupt other people. So I
Mm,
found it kind of selfish. Um, on her part, but, like, she kind of was like, "If you don't stop, we're gonna leave." "Please do. Please leave. Why are you here with your small ass kids?" Just not cool. Not cool. There
mhm,
was, the annoying other, like, teenagers and whatnot and whatever, but eventually, like, they were okay, they weren't as annoying. That was annoying for me because 'cause I'm just like, "I can't enjoy this movie." Shining lights and stuff too, like, off their phone like, off her phone. It was annoying. It just was not enjoyable for
mhm,
me.
mhm,
So,
mm.
that sucked.
Okay.
But otherwise, the movie
Yeah.
itself was okay.
Alright. Okay.
Um, so yeah, that's Scream. Um, Another one that I watched, I guess I'll talk about this one a little bit. Blue Therapy. It's on Netflix. And what I so this was like a reality type show, but it was a very different reality show. It was a little bit more authentic. It was about couples going in for therapy because, they need the help or whatever. Mainly married couples, but there were couples that were not married. Um, I thought it was a very good show. It's based in England. The one thing that I noticed, not that it's a problem, but the one thing that I noticed about this show was that all of the couples were couples of color or interracial couples. That I found very interesting. With
Mhm,
when the woman who was the therapist was a white woman. Whether that matters, but I just found it very interesting because it kinda hit me and I'm like, all of these people are black. And if they're not, they're in interracial relationships. So I found that very interesting. I don't know if this was like an opportunity for black couples to do this when maybe they can't always afford it or whatever. I don't know.
mhm,
But they all got 3 sessions with this person. It was very interesting for me to see that. Um, so yeah, I found that interesting, but I did ultimately enjoy the show.
mhm,
A lot of the things they talked about were things that I think a lot of couples especially can relate with. Um, so yeah, it was a good show. I recommend it. It's a very
mm,
different reality show, but I do recommend it.
okay. Okay.
Um, Another one that I watched was called A Friend, a Murderer, which is based in, I believe, Denmark. This was a good one too. This was a good one too. Um, and I won't kind of go into the gist of it, but it was basically this guy who murdered a girl. He also
Mhm,
attacked other young girls as well, but didn't kill them. But it was kind of like he did this, and then we kind of see like his friendship group kind of be like, I couldn't walk at home, going home alone at night because this person was out there. Meanwhile, the person
mm,
that they feared was their friend, was right there beside them.
Mhm.
And the crazy part, this might be a little bit of a spoiler if you don't wanna hear this, skip ahead like 30
Yeah.
seconds,
Uh-huh.
but at one point, one of the friends was, like, one of the guy friends that this guy had, who's a teacher, said, "The girl he murdered was my student." That sent
Uh,
me. I'm like, "Whoa, how did he?" I don't know if he knew if it was just a coincidence, but I'm like, "Whoa." It was 3 episodes. It's
mhm,
I actually really enjoyed it. It is dubbed if you wanna listen to that
mhm,
or just wanna
mhm,
do subtitles,
mhm,
but I enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. That again is on Netflix. Um, I won't talk about the rest of them too in depth, but I
mhm,
watched The TikTok Killer. This again was based in Spain. This was a Netflix episode. Again, it is dubbed if you wanna watch that.
mhm,
Being Gordon Ramsay, that's again another Netflix one. Of course, I watched this because I'm a huge Gordon Ramsay girly over here.
mhm,
I won't say much about it, um, too much, but I absolutely loved this because I got to see we get to see as fans of him, we got to see him and his family dynamic being just a great dad. You could tell his kids adore him, and I
mhm,
loved seeing that side of him. Um, so yeah, there was that. I watched the second half of Bridgerton,
mhm.
um, that came out after I can't remember if I talked about it last time, but I watched the second half of Bridgerton. It was fine. It's fine. I mean, I enjoy it. It's fine. I did love that the lead was an Asian woman, um,
Alright.
but it was fine.
Mm,
Again, that's obviously Netflix, and then I watched Death in the Dorms, that's on Disney
mhm,
and or Hulu.
mhm,
And, they did talk about, obviously, some well-known cases of college students being murdered or university students being murdered. I think there's 2 seasons for this currently. So, I actually very much enjoyed it. It was also very, um, victim-focused. So I really enjoyed that. That was really good. And 2 more. I watched The Daughters of the Cult. This is also on Disney and Hulu.
mhm.
Slash Hulu. Um, I just kind of this kind of fell into my lap, and I'm like,
Daughters of
"Let's."
the Cold. Were they in purple,
Um,
or is that a different type of
it's a
sh
docuseries.
Okay, never mind.
Okay. Basically, this was about, daughters or children, of the polygamous leader, Ervil LeBron.
Mhm,
Um, what a f what a nasty he was, but
mm,
I didn't know much about Ervil LeBron. Like, I've heard of him, but I didn't know much about his crimes. Oh god. But this is basically, like, his children kind of talking about their father and their life in the cult, and it was very fascinating. I had
mm.
never really it's kinda just fell in my lap, and I'm like, "Okay, I'll watch this." It was it was a really decent documentary. Came out 2 years ago, but it was decent.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, and my last
Mm,
one, I've been watching the love story, the John F. Kennedy Jr. and Carolyn, Bessette, um, uh, show that's been on FX/Disney, um, and, I'm enjoying it. I know there's
mm,
a lot of mixed reviews about it because, like, how accurate is some of this, which obviously any conversations we see between him and her, it's like, how do we know these conversations actually happened because they're both dead? Um, but it's at the end of the day, though, I am really enjoying it. It's a Ryan Murphy gig, as always.
mhm,
It's released weekly,
mhm,
um, so that's also good. I like that part too, and but yeah, it's a really good, show that's all yeah, that's at FX and Disney, so
mhm.
but yeah,
Okay.
basically it for me.
So, alright. So I watched only 3 movies this month. And I'm probably gonna wanna, watch an extra one in theaters, but I saw an oldie, um, and I'm just searching my letterbox here. Saw a real old one. You might recognize this one, Tanika, Good Will Hunting.
Yes, with
Yes,
Robin Williams.
it's my first time ever watching it.
Yeah,
It's
I
with
haven't watched it
Robbie.
all the way through myself either.
You did you watch it? You watch it?
I've watched bits and pieces, I haven't watched it all
Yeah,
the way through.
yeah, and
But yeah,
starring
Robin Williams and,
yeah, Matt
what's his
Damon,
face? Yeah, Matt Damon.
Ben Affleck, and yeah,
Oh, Ben Affleck is in it too, say that you remember that.
yes, yeah, young Matt Damon, Ben Affleck,
Well, yes, in the
yeah,
movies.
really, yeah, really good. It
Oh, yeah,
reminds
it's an
me too much
amazing
of like
movie.
a lot of like uh a lot like a lot of the hood movies like I watched back in the day. Like it, well, um, but yeah, it's a really good movie. If you guys don't know what it
Amazing
is,
movie.
yeah, I will read the description here. Um, Will Hunt is a headstrong, working class genius who is following the lesson of life after one too many reruns with the law. Will's last chance in a psychology professor who might be the only man who can reach him. So yeah, basically it's like one of those type movies that, the guy's has potential, the professor sees something in him, and then basically leads him to a better future. That's basically the gist of the whole entire movie, I would say. Right. So, and then he also has friends who thinks better for him as well. So, um, the main character. So basically, that's pretty much the gist of the movie. Great movie. I rated it 4 out of 5, and yeah. Um, gotta like watch like some old movies at times. Cause I probably haven't watched a lot of old movies. I'm usually watching like newer releases, sorry, the newer movies. So, yeah. So the next movie I watched is also, let me see, Housemaid.
Oh, you watched it?
Yes, I did.
How was
Um,
it?
it's pretty cool. It was pretty cool movie.
I'm still waiting for
Um,
it to be released on some streaming service. I don't wanna rent it.
I I rented it, so I was like, I'll just rent it. I might as well. I'm not gonna, cause I don't know what streaming service it's gonna be on, cause it's um Apple TV. It's available on
Probably not
Apple
gonna be
TV,
Apple. Usually those
Google
movies either go to Paramount or
Prime. It's on
HBO.
Prime.
Sometimes
It's on
Prime as
Prime.
well.
It's on Prime.
Well,
I don't have
it
Prime.
is on Prime, yes, but it's not gonna necessarily be Prime
Mhm,
that's gonna have the rights to it. It's gonna be one
mhm,
of the other ones, but you can still
mhm,
access it from Prime. Like, for
mhm,
me, I have Paramount Plus and Crave through Prime.
mhm,
Um, so that'd be kind of how, but usually it's not Prime
mhm,
that gets the rights to the movies.
mhm. Yeah. Um, cool. I mean, it's a cool little thriller. Like it could have done a lot of things better, in my opinion. I'm not gonna obviously, spoil the whole entire story, but like,
Mhm.
uh, you know, but will tell you guys the description. Trying to escape her past, Millie accepts a job as a live-in housemaid for a wealthy uh, Nina and Andrew Winchester. But what begins as a dream job quickly unravels into something far more dangerous, sexy, seductive game of secret scandal and power. So yeah, Amanda, I don't
Seyfried.
from Seyfried? Okay.
Seyfried.
Seyfried, she did a great job
Well, she's a great
as
actress.
she did a great job.
Not new to
Awesome
this.
job. Um, um, and then Sydney Sweeney as Millie, she did an awesome job as the maid. Um, being relatable in a lot of situations. And pretty much I would say the whole the whole cast is okay, cool. The guy, the good looking guy, Brandon. Yeah, um, he's just there for for women's eye candy, in my opinion. So like,
Yeah.
he's a good actor, but like uh, there's some stuff in the movie that he 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 becomes an asshole. So like, stay tuned for that if we're going if you guys watch the movie. Basically, yeah, I'm just not gonna uh, I'm just not gonna spoil the whole entire movie. I'm just gonna tell you that it's a good movie. Uh, I rated it like 3.5. Obviously, there's some problems. They could have done a good job with like some stuff in the movie, but my issue with the movie was like how the timing of when you watch it, you'll understand like how the timing and everything come together
Mhm.
into the movie, the plot and everything. So, uh, yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. So, um, and then Mario Supreme, another good movie.
Mhm.
Um, Pretty much a ping pong player that's struggling as a young man, and yeah, he Timothy.
Please don't say
Struggling.
Chalamet. Please don't
Yeah,
say Chalamet.
Chalamet.
Oh god, is it
Chalamet.
is?
Chalamet. Yeah, it is.
He's on
Yeah,
people's list right now, but okay.
yeah, because of the whole
The comment he made about the opera and the ballet.
ballet and yeah.
Maybe he's just a little bit salty because, well, apparently I just found out
Mhm.
that, Timothy Chalamet, auditioned for Spider-Man, and Tom Holland beat him out. You
Yeah,
know
he did.
why Tom Holland beat him out?
Why?
Because
Why?
Tom Holland had experience in ballet. Boom. Continue.
Did he not have experience too?
No, Tom
Timothy?
Holland definitely did.
Oh, okay. Wow.
I don't think that was just clearly
Okay.
not, if
Okay.
he's bad-mouthing ballet and opera.
Oh, he shouldn't have went
Tom
there.
Holland
Yeah,
didn't. He has
maybe.
experience.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe he should have went there. Maybe he just it
Maybe he
was
should
just
shut his
like
mouth. I think the fame's getting a
uh,
little too much into his head
yeah,
now.
yeah.
Like, the hell?
Yeah, because he is a hot woman, and that kind of
I
he
don't know
has
who he's
a
with, I don't care.
Kylie Jenner.
Ah, ah.
Yeah.
Don't worry. When the next black man shows up, she'll leave you. Continue.
Oh,
Or she'll
yeah.
ruin you, because our family ruins all the men that they date. Or is it just the
Yeah.
black men? Who knows? Continue.
Uh, um. Yeah. Yeah. I thought it was really good. You have Kevin O'Leary that's in this film as well. He played himself basically.
Mhm.
uh, as the rich guy. But yeah, really good film. Oh, Tyler Creator's in this one. He's a pretty good
Tyler, the
actor.
Creator?
Yes.
He's an actor?
Yeah,
Since
he's
when?
been in some acting jobs. Some not a lot, but a
Sure.
couple. Yeah, but like
Okay. I
um
can see that come
yeah,
stamped on my bingo
he's pretty
card.
good. Pretty good. He's pretty good.
Okay.
If you watch his film, he's pretty good. Um but yeah, like I said, I don't want to spoil it too much. The film's basically about a ping pong player who was like struggling
Mhm.
and yeah, and that's basically the whole entire film. So like
Okay.
you get the gist of it, and yeah, yeah. Um, so my the next film that I'm gonna be watching is uh the AI documentary
Mhm.
that's coming out like in March 27th, I believe. Yeah, March 27th. It's gonna release in March 27th. I'm gonna be watching that in theaters, and I'm gonna be a loner. So
And I
I'll
love
let you guys know. Huh? I know there's nothing wrong with that. So yeah, I'm just let you know guys know about that. And maybe like there's nothing to spoil. I probably will just say, tell you the whole entire the, the whole entire premise of the documentary. So,
Yeah.
well, I'm just trying to educate myself about this stuff. So, like, what AI is and what the future relies on AI. So, yeah, that's pretty much what I watch and what I'm going to watch. So, yeah, I know it's not a lot I told you guys. So, uh, I just didn't want to spoil it for you guys or anything like that. So, yeah, there you go.
Yeah. I mean, I think for me, in terms of what I'll be watching, I guess because Bachelorette isn't happening,
Uh huh.
I'll be watching like there's a new reality one called Age of Attraction, which is basically like all these people are dating each other, but they don't know their ages.
Hmm.
Their range, I can't remember the ranges, but I think the oldest is 62. So that's going to be an interesting watch.
Hmm.
Um, that's for anything else. I mean, we're going into April.
Hmm.
The Michael movie is going to be
Oh
coming out.
yeah, yeah, that's
So
right.
I may
Yo,
not watch it in April 'cause it comes out the end of
mhm.
April, but I'll probably watch it in May. So probably I'll talk about it. But that is
A-
coming.
anything else coming in April? And that's it.
The Mario movie, the Mario Kart movie, or
Right,
the Mark
my
Wars
friend is
movie.
watching that. He's
Yeah,
on
I'm sure my
it.
brother will be going to see that with his friends or whatever. Um, so yeah, I mean that's coming. Um, and there's other documentaries that are coming out. I know Lamar Odom is actually doing an untold story.
Oh, Lamar
It's coming
Odom?
out. Yeah, it's coming
Oh,
out soon.
jeez,
So
wondering about Chloe
I'm
and
interested. Well, of course, Chloe's
not,
there,
not,
but
and then his drug passing and probably his like his
mhm,
sport
that's also a big part of his life,
basketball. Yeah, basketball.
unfortunately.
Yeah, and then yeah, no, no, not interested. Not really interested.
You know, other things that I watched as well that I I didn't even think to even bring up in here, but I'll just quickly talk about it very quick because we are running out of time. Um,
Yep.
there is a series on E, if anyone has cable or access to maybe the E app. I don't know if they have an app. That's called Dirty Rotten Scandals. They had
Mhm.
3 different topics that they were talking about over the span of 2, like, episodes a week. So the
Mhm.
first week
Mhm.
was Dr. Phil.
Ron
Um,
Scandal.
Dirty Ron, yeah.
What scandal was he into?
Oh, he's a
I know
he's a
he's
narcissistic.
I know he's an asshole, but like,
Yeah, but it's all
what?
of his coming out, like how he treated guests, how he treated,
Uh,
or how his team treated guests, um, how he treated his staff. Um,
is this show still going on or is it
no,
just
no,
oh
it
okay.
ended, probably about 3 or 4 years ago,
No,
because he was still doing the show over during COVID. But, yeah, and
right.
there is one guest that I'm very, very, very happy to hear is still alive. 'Cause
Mhm.
I think about him all the time. Try not to get emotional. I can't remember his name right now, but he was one of the winners of Survivor, and
Uh,
he was really bad off. He was drinking so badly, he could have died, and I remember the episode when he came on the first time. He was on twice. He came on the first time, and or that's actually not twice, 3 times. He came on the show the first time, they had to carry him out. He had a blood alcohol level that he should have been in a hospital, okay?
mhm.
To find out later on from him, I didn't realize it actually came from him,
Mhm.
but to
Mhm.
find out later that they had a bottle of vodka sitting in the green room for him to have access to. This man could have died, but you know why they did it? For the ratings.
Mhm.
Dr. Phil. And the thing is, like, for me to say that is a big deal because I religiously watch Dr. Phil since he was at Oprah. Dr. Phil. He's not even a real doctor.
Mhm.
He let his license lapse in, like,
Ellen, yeah.
2006.
Ellen and Dr. Phil have fun. Wow.
Well, they all do.
But
Oprah's
they
also has
oh
been under heat about how she treated her staff as well. Um,
really?
yes.
I'm oh
Yes.
all talk shows have been
But I think that's the thing about it is it's the talk show mentality, but I think the difference between Dr. Phil and Ellen versus Oprah is they have this narcissistic tendency.
Mm.
That's the difference. I don't consider Oprah a
Ellen too.
narcissist. I think our Oprah is a hustler, and I think with Oprah, she's a hustler. She's a Black woman, and
Hmm.
at the time she started a predominantly male industry, and I do think because of that, you have to have a little oomph to you. I don't think that's crazy, and I don't think she necessarily treated her guests poorly. I do think
Yeah.
Oprah has made some choice decisions over the last few years. However, I do think she did what she had to do as a Black woman.
Hmm.
I do think it's very different for Dr. Phil. He is a cis white man who is on the wrong side of history. We see it now, and now, he was doing that before. Um,
You remember what happened to Ellen as well, like
yes,
yeah,
yes, yes,
situation as well too. So,
yes.
and
And I
then
mean,
the
again, I know the conspiracy theories, but I've heard like people talk about, oh, Ellen had Twitch killed. Listen, I don't know if she did or if she didn't, but I can tell you this. If she is at all involved in Twitch's death, please lock her up and throw away the key. Um, but I hope that is not the case.
yeah.
And I'm not claiming that is the case because I don't know. Apparently,
Hmm.
he had his struggles.
Hmm.
His
Mental.
wife, yeah, he
Yeah.
had his mental health struggles.
Yeah.
His widow, Allison, she did talk about that. Um, so yeah, I don't
Mm.
know about that, but yeah, yeah. So
And
watching
there was another daughter as well. Who?
Dr. Oz,
Oh yeah. They all
and
come from the same
they
cloud.
all
Eh?
came from Oprah. They all came from Oprah. The only one who came from Oprah that had nary a scandal, I hope, was Rachel Ray. But Dr.
Mm.
Phil, Dr. Oz, yeah,
Mm.
look what side of history those two are on now. And
So,
at least with Dr. Phil was then as well. So it's crazy to me like that. And the
mm.
thing is, like, let's not forget how Oprah met Dr. Phil. She hired him on her defense team when she got sued back in the 90s. Or was it the 80s? I can't remember exactly when.
Wow.
Like, he was a doctor
Hmm.
up until 2006. So it's
Wow.
they
Yep.
and what I found interesting about it, what they said is like when he let his license lapse was when shit went downhill with how
Mm.
the guests that they would get, how they would handle. Oh, and let's not forget him sending people to these different like retreats and stuff. One of the fucking retreats that he would send them to, I can't remember which one it is now, but it's if you watch the show, you're like, oh yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah.
Um, they were shut down because they weren't actually treating the people who were
Really?
there. People were dying under their care.
Huh.
And what was Dr. Phil doing? So sending people to them, even though all of these cases were happening. But you wanna know why? Because it benefited him
Hmm.
at the expense of people's lives. Like I said, fuck Dr.
So,
Phil.
mm.
And Robin. I never liked her anyways, but whatever.
Robin.
His wife.
Oh.
Yes, his wife.
Um,
But, yeah, I mean, Oprah made some decisions. And again, Dr. Ross too, like, I watched him as well on Oprah. I don't forget y'all don't forget if you watched Oprah and you watched Dr. Ross on Oprah when he talked about the poops and what the poop should look like. I will never forget that episode. And then look how that turned out.
yeah.
And then, like, Dr. Phil, I think he owned the doctors. Doctors has been gone for a long time.
Mhm. Mhm.
But again, like the main face of the doctors, mind you, he was a doctor, but the
Uh-huh.
main face of the doctors was one of the bachelors.
Wow.
Like, I thought you were looking for love, sir. Why are you here on a you know what? forget it. But anyways, yeah, so they
Yeah.
did Dr. Phil, and then they also did America's Next Top Model. So piggybacking technically, I guess, off of the Netflix one.
Mhm.
But I did find that the Dirty Rotten Scandals one was a little bit more victim focused, like the contestants kind of focused.
Yeah.
And of course, they also had Janice Dickinson on this one.
Mhm.
What I thought very funny about Miss Janice is her saying, "Oh, Tyra's a bitch. I agree with you. Tyra is a bitch.
Mhm.
Okay, I don't like Tyra. Anyone out here being like, oh, I like Tyra, y'all are wrong. Okay, I've never liked her. Anyways, it's fine. Janice, you are also a bitch. You are the biggest bitch out of all of them. Talking about women's looks, saying that a woman who is gotta be no more than a size 6 and calling her fat and
Mm.
saying you need to suck your gut in. Like,
I mean, that was basically American Top Model, basically.
I
The
know, but
oh,
that,
well, every model agency back in the day.
yeah, but again, those modeling agencies wouldn't even touch these
No
girls
com
because they were on
uh,
Top Model,
yeah, no
and some of
competitions.
them didn't have a career.
So, yeah,
Some people went to prison.
yeah,
One died. I
mhm,
didn't even know about that, but one died. I vaguely remember her, but I can't remember. I remember her face, but one died. Um, Another one who I remember when they did an all-star season, so they brought back old people. She was on, I think, cycle 4 and cycle 17, which was the all-star one, and she won cycle 17. But then they pulled it from her because, oh my God,
mm,
she was forced to escort. But
oh,
because now you a slut, we can't have you doing this. Yeah, well,
mhm,
guess what? That quote unquote slut is now an
mhm.
award-winning reporter.
Oh, yeah,
So she's fine. But
yeah,
no thanks to Tyra.
that's crazy how the model industry has changed and
Yeah,
evolved and over
they
time.
know
Like,
better.
I remember
Yeah.
back in yeah, I remember back in the day, it used to be just like you used to be hated for being fat,
Yeah.
and ugly and all that
I
stuff.
mean,
Now they
we
put
still go through it, but it's
yeah.
very different.
Yeah, 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 and that's yeah, it's very different.
Yeah,
Yeah,
than it
it's
was
still
then.
still kinda there, still the stigma's
Yeah.
still there, yeah,
Yeah.
but not s
But not in the
yeah,
same way.
yeah, yeah.
Like, we finally have people who are quote unquote plus size,
Mhm,
like models being celebrated,
yeah,
and people who are plus size, um,
mhm,
representing plus size girls. And
yep,
I think that's fantastic. Like, I think of that. I think Ashley Graham, she came in the midst of Top Model happening, but she really set the ground for plus size models.
mhm,
Because when you had girls or women who were on the
mhm,
show, there's one in particular that I am thinking of. I'm not talking Whitney. I'm talking, I can't remember her name, but she was a black girl.
mhm,
But I remember absolutely adoring her.
mhm,
Um, because ultimately, I mean, she looked like me. She looked like
mhm,
my family. She
mhm,
represented what most people in my family, women especially, looked like. And
mhm,
I adored her. She had such a personality
mhm,
that one can also interpret in a quote unquote ghetto. You know what I mean?
mhm,
And she was a plus size girl representing plus size models,
mhm,
but in a competition and at a time where they were not represented.
mhm,
Like Whitney, for example, who was also a plus size model, she came to the show, and when she was getting dressed for a runway, the person literally looks at her as like, "I don't know what we're gonna do with you because most of our clothes is a size 0."
mm,
And they're like, "Oh, you're overweight." She was a size 6. How is that overweight?
mm, yeah,
Oh. And I think the biggest thing, and one of the people who participated in this doc and the Dirty Bronze scandals, who I
Mhm.
think said it very perfectly, Tyra promised change. Tyra didn't give change. If anything, she
Mhm.
resorted to the norms of the model world at that time. But you promised us change. So what happened?
How's she doing, by the way? Like,
I
how's
don't give a
like
fuck how
how?
she's doing.
Yeah, okay, all
She
right.
lives in Australia. She apparently owns an ice cream shop. Good riddance.
Mm.
Please go away. Never come back. But she was a part of the Netflix documentary as well.
Mhm.
So was Ken Mock, who was the show. I think he was the showrunner, um, or maybe he was executive producer. I don't remember. But um,
Do you do you think she's a victim of part of the environment? Like, do
a
you think she's
victim.
just part? Like, she's like she's around that type of environment. Like,
I want to give Tyra grace in the sense of most likely, yes, she was a black girl who was curvy in
mhm,
the 90s,
mhm.
um, in a sea of white women.
Yeah,
She would say it's like, or back then, it was like being pitted against the other black models. It's like there
right.
could have only have been one, and at that time, you had Naomi Campbell, you had Iman. So it's like y and it kind of like Iman was beat out by Naomi Campbell, and it's
Mhm,
like they wanted to create this Tyra Banks is going to,
mhm,
overrun Naomi Campbell.
right.
Why can't there be a world where we have as many black women in the modeling industry as white women? You know what I mean? So I do think, yes, she dealt with her shit,
Yeah,
in the modeling industry,
yeah,
but it was that I do believe when she initially started this, she came into this with good intention. I do believe that.
yeah,
And I do believe she wanted change
and
for
then
girls coming
yeah,
into this world. I
uh,
do.
uh,
I
yeah.
really do.
I just think
But
she probably got influenced and she just, like,
yes.
changed over time and then
Yes.
just, like,
Yes. But the other thing too that I wanna preface, because I don't wanna give her too much grace, a victim can also victimize, and the th the thing too is she was always harshest with the Black women than
mm,
she was with other races. That to me tells me she's attacking the parts of herself that she was unhappy with. You don't get to do that on other people, though.
mm,
Like, you don't get to yell at this one girl, Tiffany. Well, we all seen the memes. We were all rooting for you. We've all seen the memes.
mhm,
If you haven't seen the episode,
yeah.
um,
I
they
just
they literally said that they had to
mhm,
have lawyers on set the next day because of how bad it actually was. We saw the tip of the iceberg.
mhm,
Apparently, the things that she said to this girl was so bad they had to edit it out.
mhm,
Telling another girl she's ashy. Um, Also, when they would do their makeovers, that same girl she called ashy was when they shaved her head, because she kind of already had a shaved head, but when they shaved her head, she had bald spots. They didn't do it properly because they couldn't handle a black woman's hair. Um, they had another girl who had a gap in her teeth, and she insisted that they close the gap in her teeth, even though she did not want to close the gap in her teeth. Next, one of the other cycles that followed that, oh, there's a white girl. We want to enhance the gap in your teeth. What the fuck? So because she's
mm,
black and she has a gap in her teeth, what the show? Poverty? What's the problem with that? Why is it okay for a white woman to have a gap in her teeth and actually
mhm,
be enhanced,
mhm,
and the
mhm,
black woman's gap has to be closed? What the
mhm,
hell? Um, and then let's not forget, um, race swapping challenges that people do. So we're gonna
mhm,
make this white woman black, this black woman Asian. We're gonna make that person indigenous. And she did that twice. Oh, and then I'm sorry, I'm just getting angry because oh, then let's not also forget Kendra, who they did a photo shoot. They were in South Africa. There was a man. There was more than one man that were like they were kind of like like them dancing, and she was dancing with I think was 3 other men. One of them kept like touching on her,
Mhm.
moaning in her ear. She said he got hard and like she could feel him against her leg.
Mm.
She politely stopped the photo shoot,
Right.
said to Jay Manuel, which we all know who, well, you may not know, but Jay Manuel, who's one of the big faces of ANTM,
Yeah.
she stopped it and she said to him, "Listen, I'm a little bit uncomfortable.
Mhm.
He's not giving me my space." And like, she's trying to say, like, I feel violated right now. What does Jay do? And I love you, Jay, but what does Jay do? Hey, maybe we're all working here. Okay, so I'm gonna need you to not basically interrupt while this man's hard ass dick is on your leg. I'm gonna need you to not. What in the Lord? She was what, 20?
Uh-huh.
I think 19 actually. And she has this guy rubbing up on her, moaning in her ear. And then when they finally have like the section where they judged the photos, they picked they do millions of photos. They picked the photo with the guy with his hand on her leg. And what Tyra says to her is like, you could have handled it a little bit differently. Like, don't make it so obvious because we also want to protect you too. You didn't. And whatever, whatever. Like, basically shaming her
Mhm.
for what happened to her.
Mhm.
And the reason that she said she did what she did to kind of hopefully have someone help her in that moment, and
Mhm.
she thought,
Mhm.
"What would Tyra do?" And what did Tyra do? Shame her. Fuck Tyra. I've always hated Tyra. I can tell you this right now. I have always hated Tyra. Okay. Any movie or show that I have seen her in, I tolerate her because I have to, because I want to watch Love and Basketball or Fresh Prince of Bel-Air or whatever it is. I have never liked Tyra Banks. I didn't watch America's Next Top Model for Tyra. I watched it for Jay, Miss J, and
Mhm.
Nigel. Once they were gone, I was gone. The show went to shit anyways, but whatever. Um, but anyways, that's my rant on America's Next Top Model.
Yeah.
If you want
I
to hear
only
more,
watch
I will
I
be
only
doing an
watch a
episode about it.
yeah, I only watched like a couple episodes and and then I
I'm
watched
surprised you watched
probably
a
some
couple episodes.
trailers. Yeah, I watched because like I was into what do you call it? America Idol. And it
Yeah.
was basically similar. I don't know if it
Yes,
was
she
from the
says as
same
much. Yeah, she said as much that it was like marrying American Idol, and I think she said Survivor. 'Cause I think Survivor was
yeah.
definitely around at the time. So she's
Yeah, it
kind of
wasn't like
marrying these 2.
yeah. I was like I was probably into like reality shows back in the day. So I was like
Reality
eh,
television was very different than
yeah,
what we know
Survivor,
today.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
with, like, American Idol
Survivor.
and Survivor, and then
Yeah,
we
that
also
was
had, like, Bachelor were in the mix as well at the
oh
time.
yeah, yeah,
Probably more Bachelor than Bachelor. Bachelor hadn't started yet, but Bachelor.
yeah,
Um, I think America's Next Top Model was a little bit more different. It was
yeah.
kind of more in the sense where you have, like, the girls and that we would see them, like, at their, well, I say apartment, but it's really like a hotel
Mhm, mhm,
that they were
mhm.
at. Like, we see that kind of thing, and it has, like, that real world feel to it because real world was a thing at the time as well. So it kinda had that feel to it, so it was very different,
Yeah,
how it did reality television at the time.
yeah.
Um, anyways,
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I was into Survivors,
yeah, I
American
never did
Idol.
Survivor. No, thanks.
So
I still don't care.
yeah,
Still on.
yeah. It's still on today. Yeah, it's still on today. I don't know if
Yeah,
American Top Model's still on. I
nope.
don't know.
It
I don't
ended
know
in
if it's in
2018.
different. Oh, is it in different countries? You no?
I I don't know, I don't think so.
Okay.
We did have a
Good.
Canadian version of it. It had, I think, 1 or 2 seasons. And
That's bad.
they did have other seasons in other countries as well. They did have it, but I don't think it exists anymore though.
Yeah. Oh well, yeah, it's probably the best. But
Yeah.
yeah, Survivor's still on, and then American Idol still. going on, is it?
Well, technically it did stop and then it came back,
Uh-huh.
but, I mean,
X
Idol
Factor is
doesn't
still
really
on.
do it for m well, X Factor stopped and it came back too just this
Oh,
year.
really? Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
but, American Idol nowadays doesn't really do it for me.
Mhm.
It just doesn't. Like,
Mhm.
I really think it would've flopped if they didn't bring Ryan Seacrest back, when they brought it back, but
Yeah.
I
To
don't know.
this yeah, to this day, I don't think American Idol is not needed because
I
you
don't
can
think so.
find
We still
find
have The
talent.
Voice.
Yeah.
The Voice is still going too, but I do
Yeah.
think The Voice I do think they were definitely neck and neck, The Voice and Idol, because The Voice has been
Yeah.
around for a long
Yeah.
time,
Yeah,
since
yeah.
the OG Idol. Um, but I
It was
do
just
think that The Voice is probably a lot more superior now than it
mhm.
was than Idol is now, personally.
Yeah. It would just be for people who don't like, who don't like, be around the internet or, like the older generation, I would say, at this time.
Mhm.
So, I don't think the younger generation will probably watch shows like that anymore.
No,
Like,
probably not.
yeah. So, yeah. But yeah, that's it for, I think that's it for Screen Take. I don't know if we have any more. I don't
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
know. Okay.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for next month's Screen Take in April.
Mhm.
Um, and, yeah, that's it,
Yeah,
basically.
and we'll be back with another episode tomorrow. We're doing,
Mhm.
another Women's History Month episode tomorrow, so we will be yeah, we'll be doing that.
Mhm. Okay.
Alright.
Alright.
Okay,
Alright.
so we'll see you
Peace.
tomorrow.
Alright. See
Bye.
you tomorrow. Bye.
If you liked what you heard with our podcast, you can head on over to our website, which is solo.to/next take podcast. There you can get any of the links to any of our social media, which is Facebook, Instagram at Next Take Podcast, and Twitter, TikTok, and Blue Sky at Next Take Pod. You can also find links to our Reddit page and many other things, I'm sure. Can't remember all off the top of my head. You can also email us at mikeltanika@gmail.com. There you can send us any inquiries that you have, any questions, or also any episode ideas. And if you do have episode ideas, just make sure you put in the subject line episode ideas, and we'll add it to our list. If you also liked us, you can like us, rate us, follow us on any of your favorite podcast apps. You can rate us, however, on Spotify and Apple Podcast. We would greatly appreciate that. And we'll also move forward and share or spot a light on those who give us 5-star ratings in the future. That is it for us. We'll see you next time for the episode.